Hey, welcome back to another Axe Cards expansion opening. Today we're going to have one of my favorite things of each expansion, which is a showcase of the master set. No, it's not to flex that I have a master set from early on. It's just to show anyone who is interested the cards that are in the set up close and personal, and kind of any insights I have for those looking to try and collect it on their own. I'm going to start a little bit different this time with the reverses first. This set has 193 reverses. Actually, it might be the largest set ever, but there are 3 less reverses than Unified Minds. The set is larger than Unified Minds overall simply because there are more secret rares. There are a crazy number of secret rares in this set. I think it's 35 maybe. Technically that's not as much as the Shiny Vault, which had 94 in it, but it's still a ton. 12 of the secret rares were, well, we'll get to them in a second, but they came in the reverse slot. So I actually had it happen a few times where you could get a secret rare of 2 secret rares in one pack. But 23 of them were good old-fashioned secret rares where you got 1 per box. So it's kind of crazy. As I always say, I don't want to rag on Pokemon because I am enjoying the expansions, but it is pretty impossible to pull one of these on your own. And that's my advice for any collector basically is, you know, if you want to get opening and grab some cards on your own, sure, by all means grab a box or 2, but gone are the days like we had in expansions prior, in Black and White and even before, where you could get pretty much everything in a couple boxes. Yes, you might not have all the reverses and everything, but you just can't get there, even with these reverses. So, you know, 193 different reverses. You're only getting 1 per pack, and some of those packs have in those secret rares I mentioned before. So you really can't, you need a minimum probably of 250 packs just to get all reverses, and that's with a perfect pull rate. Realistically, you're going to need quite a few cases, and that's just for the reverses, which, you know, they're some of the easier things to pull. The secret rares are kind of, yeah, they're another case altogether. And we're coming on down to the end of the Pokemon themselves, and then we're going to move into the trainer cards. Those also are some tricky ones to pull. These tag team trainers, which were introduced for the first time this set, I found were slightly more difficult to pull than other trainers. I got less of them, and the same was true for the reverses as well. The big watch out and the 2 hardest reverses to pull I found from the 10 cases I opened was this lady right here, Rosa, which is a rare holo in the set. Reverse of that I only got a few of, and also strangely enough Wheezing, which is just a regular rare. For some reason I had a hard time pulling that. Alright, so now the reverses are out of the way. Let's get to the main set itself, which has in our GXs. So as Venusaur likes to do, the first card in the set is actually a GX. It's the Venusaur and Snivy GX. And then we also have a Vileplume GX with what looks like Erica there to start out our first page. The rare holos in the set, there are 21 rare holos plus the Rosa trainer card. But our first rare holo is this Sawsbuck. And then we have the first of our doubles, which is Rowlet. There are quite a few doubles of common cards in the set. Buzzwole this time is a grass card, and this is our Charizard this set, Charizard and Braxton. So Charizard is usually in lots, and this is no exception. This is the first of the evolutions, so we do get 3 evolutions, 4 evolutions in the set. 3 of them are uncommons. So the first one we get is the Flareon. Continuing with our fire, we do have a Volcarona GX. And then we get Blastoise and Piplup to round up our 3 big base set Pokemon. We have Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard. Of course, we got Pikachu in here as well. Moving on along, we do have Kyogre and Groudon in the set as well, though they're non-holo rares. Those are the 2 cards that were chosen for the theme deck. So there is a shattered holo version of each of those cards. Wishiwashi gets another GX. We last saw Wishiwashi GX in Guardians Rising, which was over 3 years ago now. Pikachu is here. There's only 1 copy of Pikachu, 1 version of Pikachu. There was 2 in Unified Minds, but he's here with this giant old tail. And we do get a non-holo version of Raichu. Not a Alolan Raichu, just Raichu. We get a Magneton as a rare holo, no Magnezone. And Jolteon is another one of our evolutions. That's also an uncommon. Solgaleo and Lunala are in their own tag team card. It's a really nice looking card. And then we continue. Ralts and Kirlia is included as a psychic type. And there is a Gallade, no Gardevoir in this set. Dusknoir also is a rare holo. Oricorio gets its first GX, and there are a couple different Mimikyus. One is an uncommon and one is a rare. For those of you who like Yukimori like I do, this is a Yukimori card, which is a rare, which is pretty unusual. Usually she just does commons. She also did a Rowlet in this set. So Lunala also is here as a standalone rare holo. And we get a Marshadow with a passing glance of a Pikachu next to it. That's pretty awesome. We get a Flygon GX as well in this set. We haven't seen Flygon as an ultra rare for a long time, not since a promo card 4 or 5 years ago. Lycanroc also is included in here again as a rare holo. So we recently had a Persian GX. This time we have an Alolan Persian GX. A little bit different. Guzzlord once again makes it in as a rare holo. And we also have a Steelix rare holo and a Solgaleo. The Togepi, Cleffa, and Igglybuff card is pretty adorable. Have that as our triple-headed GX. One of them. There are a few in the set. Alolan Ninetales makes it in as a rare holo as well. We have the Crochet Azurill card. It's kind of cute. And Florges also is here as a rare holo. The last of our evolutions, we do have a Sylveon. And then we have 3 GXs in a row here. Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia. Another triple-headed dude. And then we have Reshiram and Zekrom and Naganadel and Guzzlord. Also, we have a Jangmo O as another of 2 different artwork versions and 2 different cards within the set for the same Pokemon. And then Dragon types finish out with Como-O and Ultra Necrozma as 2 rare holos. Then we have a Mega Lopunny and Jigglypuff as our colorless GX, our first colorless GX. There are a couple different versions of Eevee, a few Eevee fans out there as well. And Igglybuff, another baby Pokemon. We do get Zangoose in this set. We haven't seen Zangoose in a long time in the TCG. Stoutland also is there as a rare holo. And we do get Heliosic and Helioptile not as lightning type, but as colorless type, this expansion. Our last GX in the regular artwork GX anyway is Silvally. And then we move on to the trainers. Like I was saying, we do have quite a few of these tag team trainers, which have some pretty long-winded abilities, which are pretty awesome situationally. Moving along, we do have Great Catcher, which seems to be one of the better selling cards at the outset anyway. There are a couple different Lily cards. It's kind of cool to see we do get a red and blue tag team card as well, and N also is back, though with a different ability from the popular N from Black and White days. That's the one trainer rare holo card, Rosa. And now moving on to some of the good stuff. So we finish out with Will and Draw Energy, and then on to our full arts. There are a crazy amount of full arts. I think it's something like 18 full arts, I want to say. There are loads and loads of them at any rate. So we do have Venusaur and Snivy. We have Vileplume. The Charizard and Braixen are pretty sweet as well. Volcarona. The first of our doubles, we do have two different versions of Blastoise and Piplup. That one's pretty adorable. The Solgaleo and Lunala is really majestic as well. And then moving on to our second full art page, the Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia does have two different versions as well. I know that one a lot of people have voiced is one of their favorite looking cards of the set. I love the Reshiram and Zekrom with N. It's really good looking. And we also get a couple different versions of Naganadel and Guzzlord. And again, also with the Megalopunny and Jigglypuff. So that's the first one there. And we also get the second version here. And then we round off with our Silvally full art. And then on to our full art trainers. We have 9 of those this time around. Starting with Cynthia and Caitlin, Guzma and Hala, Lily's Full Force, Malo and Lana. The End's Resolve is reminiscent of the very first full art trainer card we had way back in Noble Victories. We get a Professor Oak setup. Red and Blue also makes it with a full art version. And then we wrap it up with Roller Skater and Rosa. So these are what I was talking about, the secret rares. The first set of secret rares, the first 12 are Pokemon, full art Pokemon, complete with their trainers. These came in the reverse holo slot. So they weren't as rare as ultra rares, but you might have gotten maybe 5 to 6 per box. So they weren't as difficult. That one there's my favorite, of course, the Pikachu. But there are Torkoal, Weavile, Piplup, Wishiwashi, Pikachu, Magnemite, Coughing. And then we move on to the final 5, which are Gallade, Mimikyu, Excadrill, Steelix, and Stoutland. Then on to the hyper rare cards. Give you a funny story. So I got just about 11 cases and I was missing 1 card going into my final case, which was the Venusaur and the Snivy. And in the final 2 packs of the entire opening, I managed to pull it. So I thought for sure I wasn't going to get a full set, but luck shined on me this time. It just goes to show you how crazy it is to manage one of these on your own pulling. That is the most expensive card in the set, the Charizard and Braixen, anywhere from $150 to $200 right now. I would imagine it would come down, especially since it's not as in demand, it seems anyway, as some of the recent Charizard secret rares. But it's still pretty pricey. Then the Blastoise and the Piplup, Solgaleo and Lunala, Oricorio, Flygon, Alolan Persian, Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia. The Reshiram and Zekrom, again, is pretty spectacular looking. And like the colors they chose for the hair and N and stuff. Niganadel and Guzzlord, Megalopunny, and Jigglypuff. And then we move on to our final hyper rare, which is Silvally, and then on to the gold trainer cards. These also are a pain to pull. There are 9 of them, and duplicates can be a problem when you're looking for particular ones. You do get Giant Hearth, a great catcher, Island Challenge, Amulet, Lana's Fishing Rod, Lily's Pokédoll, then there's Martial Arts Dojo, Power Plant, Tag Call, and the last card, lonely on its own page, is Draw Energy. Awesome. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed and like to see what there is in this set. Like I said, it is pretty crazy to try and pull all on your own, but if anyone is out there looking to do it, good luck, and I hope you have lots of dollars. Always helps to do it on our end, having a store selling the duplicates and everything, but it's still extremely difficult to do regardless. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing. We have a lot of releases between now and the February set coming up, which is a brand new expansion for Sword and Shield, which will be its base set. Anyways, until then, see you guys with our next video.